said, I don't have anything in my pockets. I don't have anything. So they finally snapped that it was. You know, when they do the scanning with the manual.
The wand.
Yeah, then that's when it.
That's me.
Scared me.
I'll take everything off and I'll forget some.
Yeah.
You know, an earring or something.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah. See, put everything in this
That's a copy.
container.
Vivian, and I don't know if there's, you may have a copy, but this may be updated, so. I mean, this is the last one we have, and then there's the state statute.
Yes.
I think I have this, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that way you have the one we're using.
That's what I was wondering.
Did you give it to that lady so that she can?
I'm not giving it to her. She wants it, she's gonna pay me for it.
So she can read it?
I will let her sit and look at it and pay me for what copies she wants. That's what I do to everybody else.
Okay.
Okay, I call the
I thought she quit reading after a while.
She's a
Workshop
paralegal.
Wednesday, January the 7th,
Well, she
2015, 5:30 p.m. to order. Roll call, Mr. Gonzalez,
Present.
Mr. Digas,
Present.
Mrs.
Present.
Brown, Mrs. Brumbaugh.
Present.
Let the record show all governing body are present. Discussion proposed agenda items for upcoming regular meeting and review of various topics for the governing body.
Okay, we don't have anything really upcoming. The only thing I have is I did receive a letter about the chamber banquet. And I'm not sure that I'm gonna even attend this year, but I can make reservations. I would just,
I'm not going. I can't go on that day.
on the 24th?
No, 24th.
I'm not sure.
It's so far out there.
To the Knights?
Yeah, at night especially.
I'm not going either.
You're too.
I'm not sure we're on the agenda.
There you go, you're in the agenda.
How come you're on the agenda?
I'm not on the agenda.
Are you getting an award?
Yeah, this department is,
Oh.
No. Our department is not.
oh, not,
No.
what is it?
It's you? Come on!
No, I just thought it was your department, I know you were the,
If
okay,
you
it's
don't.
you.
I'm the community choice.
It's
You're the community choice.
I'm the
$50 a couple.
Okay.
Community choice. Hey, that's
Community
good.
choice.
I think-
Community
wait, let me
Choice
see.
Award. Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
All messed up
What's it?
there.
Community choice.
No, wait a minute, it says, I'm saying 50, it says, 300, 8 can share a table, which translates into $60 savings, so it's 5 times 8 is, yeah. So it's $50, I think. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong and it's 60.
Well,
Just
it
doesn't
wouldn't
make sense.
matter. But I don't wanna pay $300.
No, that was for a whole table, and I usually just let everybody do, you know. I'll find out and let you know what it
Okay,
is.
why don't you?
and if it's less, I'll go, but if my son comes in, I probably will,
Okay.
just to
And
see you.
yeah, that's what I
wanted.
said. I
There
always
you
only
get
go
your
if I
award.
know somebody that's,
I'll be there.
do you know what I mean?
I'll be there.
That I'm supporting, man.
Yeah, I'll go.
I'll have to be there, and I will acknowledge everyone here.
Oh, thank you.
You do that.
I don't want to be acknowledged. Don't you know I hide in the corner?
Don't worry about
I just, you have to thank everyone, you know, and so it's always good to thank everyone. I've learned that. I write it down because I have in the past,
I think it's $50 per
forgotten
person.
to mention
I signed up
it
to
to
get-
people, and that is
I
not
better,
good.
because this letter's not clear. It just says a savings. Well, that doesn't tell me anything.
25 or 50.
So
25
I
per
think per
person.
person is 35 or
35,
50 a
I
couple.
think
It's
so.
45, it's gone up.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's gone
That's,
up,
I
it's
can't
gone
tell.
up quite a bit. And so
Well, I'll find out for sure, because this isn't clear. So I have that, and if you'll let me know, and then I made the reservations for February the 3rd, the night of February the 3rd, and we'll be returning the 4th, for Vivian, Helen, Robert, myself, right? You said you weren't going,
Yeah.
and you couldn't go.
Mhm.
And you can take your wife, and I did put that on the room,
That's the third, okay, good.
okay?
That's if she wants to go.
You go to the 3rd, we turn on the 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and we'll stay all day for the Cibola day, but we can still come home. I don't see why we couldn't.
Okay.
And are we at the same place?
Yes.
What place is
are.
that?
Old Santa Fe Inn
That's
Is
it.
that a good
on
place?
Galisteo.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
you'll
great.
love it.
It's
Good,
great.
good.
Yeah.
You
I'm
will love
glad.
it.
And breakfast is
There's a-
delicious.
And they're good. Good
Okay.
service. Nice.
Yeah.
This will be fun, because
Nice.
last time I
You have
remember
free parking.
I got up early in the morning and drove with the Arts Council,
Oh no.
and yeah, so this will be good.
No.
Yeah.
No, and if you want, you can walk.
It's that close.
We walk a block to the roundhouse.
Oh my gosh, they can't beat that.
So usually we end up driving because we go help Eileen unload.
And
But-
that's early.
And that's early. But I did make the reservations, and
Good.
I want you to know I had made them for the wrong night. And I looked at them and I said, ooh. So I called her and she said, no, it is, so they changed them for me. We're good. So we have that ready. And then, what did I do with this? So. Paul Lim, I didn't speak with him, so I don't know how to pronounce this. From New Mexico, deferred compensation was in. I don't know, I wasn't here. I mean, and it must have been the day I was out even, okay? And he brought the information for deferred compensation, it's nationwide financial. And are you familiar with deferred comp, any of you? Even if you have PERA, it's like a separate 401k and it's pre-tax. And every time we'd go to the open enrollment, I would talk to him and he'd say, oh, I'll come. And I thought we had to do it as a group. But what he told them is you don't have to. As long as you guys look at this and approve that he can offer it, and nobody signs up, he doesn't care. We just need a resolution saying that you do agree to adopt the plan for deferred comp. And if they want to get in, they can. All of it is, and he gave some good examples here. If you put $25 a pay period, your actual reduction is only 19 because it's pre-tax. Okay, your annual deferral $650, but your annual reduction is only $488. And after 20 years, you've got $30,966 based on what the market's been in the last few years. If you go 25, it's $50,000. And I know this works. I've been trying to get him to come. My husband wasn't real sure what it was. And he had already been there 10 years. And somebody said, well, fine. He got in and he was only putting 25. And then he said, no, I'll put 50. And when he realized what he was doing with it, he started upping it. You know, he has 40,000 put aside for just this.
And then you get it when you leave.
And it's
That's what I'm
pre-tax. So, I mean, you don't pay till, it is a good deal.
getting. Yeah, I
And
get it.
nobody has to do this.
No, I get
But
it
we
now.
have to adopt it as a board if they're going to be able to offer it. So, and he said if there was any questions, he could come. So I told him, well, let me bring it to the board tonight, and then if they're gonna put a resolution and you have questions, he'll come to the board meeting. So, I haven't even looked through all his
But at the
packet.
end, you have to pay on the taxes.
Well, it's like
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
401k.
Yeah,
You're always
same thing.
gonna do that. But right now, when you're making it, it's pre-tax. And it is, well, I'm gonna do it. I will do it. I tried to get him to
I've had
come
it.
before. And like I said, I haven't pulled Charlie's, but since he got out, that's what he did. And he didn't put in but just a few years. I mean, if you can manage to put in $100 a month, at the end of 20 years, you still have $123,800. That's not bad.
Not bad.
And there's still people here that have time to do that. That's why I try to push, like when we asked if they wanted to up the plan. Right now, they've closed 2 of the plans, and there's only 1 available for us to move to. But it has to be 100%. So we did a preliminary with all the employees and asked them, if the board agrees to this, and the board had something at stake here too, would you do it? And I couldn't get 100%.
You couldn't?
No. And para has to come in and do that. They don't, and I understand that, they don't trust that you do it. But just preliminary, just to ask for it, I did that. I couldn't get it. And I told him, this is not gonna help me, it's for you.
Yeah.
For you that are gonna work all these years. And Ben, he was ready to leave, he even vouched for it at the meeting. He said, God, you have to do this. What a difference. I couldn't get it.
No,
So,
some of these are young guys that are working here.
and they don't wanna think about putting extra money, they want it in their hands right now. And they're not thinking about what's gonna happen
Yeah.
later. So, I don't know that I can do a whole lot with that, but if I can help them with this, this is a good plan. It is. I will tell you. So, I'm gonna put this on the agenda, just so you know, and I can go through and make copies, this doesn't, of this, and the resolution, but I can look through this, it's like a booklet, I don't know what's in there that I could copy for all of you, but basically that's what it is. And you choose how it's invested too, it's just like every other 401. You can do stable, or you can be a little more risky, and, but I think this is really a good opportunity for them. So I have that. We have, the Open Meetings Act resolution, it's January, and we need to do that. Every year we have to pass a resolution relating to open meetings, and we advertise and we do all that. So we've got open meetings, and then, I don't think I have anything else right now. Does anybody have anything they wanna bring up?
I don't think, I don't have anything.
I think so.
Let me see, because we'll have something after that, but not really. No, I think we're good. But I made you those copies, and then I have started going through the budget, because I'm ready to start having meetings and call everybody. And I'll have something for you at the meeting, and I found something else. I'm looking for a way to present so that you're not having to look through everything and you know basically what I'm trying to say. But I went through the whole budget yesterday, day before, and we are in good shape. We're right on track. Our expenditures we have like 60% available right now still, and we're over half the year. And our revenues, we already have, we've surpassed, we only have 46, so we're like almost 20% ahead of the ballgame. And like I said, that's what I watch. Every month I look at it, and when they start coming in, I said, do you have money? And I'll look at the bottom and see what percentage they are for what time, what month it is, and we are on track for that. And I don't know how long that'll last, because I don't know what expenditures we're gonna have. NGL will break ground this month. They have called and committed that they are ready to do it, even that the market has fallen. They're coming.
I have really been.
I saw in the paper where the county
Yeah.
did
That's when
approve
she went-
of.
Yeah, they approved it that evening, and
Yeah.
I was nice, but I almost wasn't. They approved it, but Mr. Simpson tried to approve it based on us putting in a road all the way across. And I told him, I'm putting in a road. And it's gonna go, I said, I'm putting in a road. Cause we haven't decided yet. We haven't finalized all that. But when it was over, I had a few words with him. And he's used to having words with me, so don't do it. And I just told him, I am putting in a road, but that's your road. Don't you? Those were your culverts. You know that, right? So. Anyway, they did approve the vacation of that other railroad. Okay, but, Bruce was reading all the paperwork, and he said they have to go back and redo it. Because if you go, you have to do this and do this and do this, and they didn't do that. So, they've already approved it, let's see what happens.
So, who dropped the ball? NGL or the railroad on what they
County.
needed to do? The county did? Okay.
And, I mean, I think they'll still do it, but I think
Is this-
Bob Gallagher was just trying to get it through because Mr. Simpson was,
Yeah.
and they didn't stop to think. We were under the impression they weren't even gonna take action that night, but they did. And I'm glad, but I think that they'll do it over. Doesn't mean they've already approved it, but go through the steps, and you know, we've had to do that before.
Yeah.
We go back and go
Just
through,
reword some of
go
this
through the
stuff.
procedures, and that's all right. But they did approve it, so. And Mr. Badal came to me, and he also said he's on track to come. And, Mike has already sent him information as far as how much bandwidth we need for every place. And so that's coming, and then Bruce was gone for 2 weeks. But I told him he needs to really get on that paperwork for Mr. Milan, cause I can't turn the water or the light or anything on, the gas, and see what I need until we have that. So we're on track for that.
That's a nice building.
It is, there's 6 offices on just that side.
It's all been remodeled inside, refurbished.
It doesn't need a whole lot, it was cleaned up,
Just
but
plain.
we bought already, we've already purchased the tile, we're gonna tile the whole building. But we're waiting to make sure there's no leaks, and we tore out a couple walls where the computers are gonna be. And we closed in the garage, if you notice, we put doors.
Yeah.
But we can't do a whole lot more the way it is until we get that done. But it is a very, and, John Roderick from EID,
Wants to rent?
he called me and he wants, sooner rather than later, for me to get him information. They want to start negotiating. They want to rent 4 offices that day.
Good.
So,
Do you have a name for the building?
not yet. Did you hear what the name for the transit is?
Carrot Transit.
I don't get, but we haven't named it, so you need to think about, or a way to name it. You know what we did with the fun room. Doesn't matter to me.
Has the carrot ever had a name?
It's probably had a lot, but I know that.
Some of them good and some bad.
I don't know.
Depends who you talk to.
That day that we were over there, Mike and I talked about, closing off those 2 windows in the back. Did he talk to you
We're
about
gonna
that?
do that. The ones in the computer lab?
Yeah, I think
We're-
that's a safety
I thought there
issue.
was 3, but I told Bill, just cover them up.
Yeah.
I hated to, 'cause me and Light, but
I know.
they already broke the one window, and nobody can see them back there, so we're just
Yeah,
gonna
I
cover
think for
those.
safety,
And there'll be a
maybe-
lot of light on the other side
Yeah.
anyway, so we're gonna do that. But it is a nice building, even right now, the way it looks, it is very
It
nice.
is. Has a lot of potential. It really does.
It is, so. We'll be on board with that pretty soon, and like I said, NGL did say that they're still coming. They're getting ready to. In fact, now that Bruce got back, he mailed me Monday and said they're on track even if the price is down. And I think that's because they said they have contracts already, and they still have to fill them. So they're coming.
That's good. It's a little scary, you know.
It is.
Oh, it is.
When
It's
you
down
hear
to
that,
47 now.
yeah, they said it was.
47 barrel.
That's right.
From June it was 107.
Yeah. In the 40s is about, they start losing money when it gets less than that.
But there was an article in the Journal today that the oil folks are really happy because they're saying that the entire country is headed toward being totally dependent when it comes to oil. So that's good.
Yeah.
Oh,
if you listen to the state, they're saying that is good, but it's bad.
Yeah.
Cause now there's not,
They're
I
gonna-
mean, and that's the way it goes with everything, it is, so.
They wanna add another 10 cents tax per gallon on, because they don't not get enough revenue. to
Right.
keep-
And then when it goes up, though,
They won't get
They
rid of
won't
that
get
though.
rid of that.
They always say that, but they won't do
they
it.
won't do it.
Anyway, I don't have anything else.
Any workshops that are planned for the future, that you do with employees, or especially anything having to do with the budget? I'd be more than happy to attend those.
Yeah, I'll call you, and I'm, like I said, I started pulling and looking at it to see where everybody was, and after I get rid of,
So I wanna learn more and
January.
more.
we'll sit and you'll see where we put, how we put it together. It's not so
Good,
much.
good. Also, there was something else that I was thinking of, and, oh, bonds. Remember we had the one deal at our meeting, bank, that was
David
probably.
Buckles, was it David Buckles?
I think so. Remember we had to do, we had to call on the telephone to
Oh, the
get, the explanation about the bonds, and
That was-
so it's important.
And by the way, I have that almost in
I wanna
place
know
too.
about bonds, so that.
He's
they-
putting in the line in here, and we're putting,
Oh, that's good. Where
you
you
were,
teleconference or
you
what?
were at that conference, the one that looks like a little hub, so we can do conference calls.
Conference here, so that'd be great.
Cause I had called Joe several times and he must be busy, but Michael said if we got him the tools, he knew how to do most of that. And so I ordered him the tools and we're looking at just bringing in, we'll put it right there, but we can still facilitate.
That'd be good, cause we all had to move in there
Yeah.
at one time because we
We've
couldn't
had
get it working.
So he's working on all that.
That's good. See, at the VA, they have a big screen, and then you're over here, and
Yeah.
whoever you're talking to is over there, and,
Yeah.
you know, the camera and everything.
Departments live at the same
It's
time.
almost like talking like us here.
And I don't know if I'm gonna have a screen, but I guess we could figure it out. But we'll be able to do conference calls.
That's good.
So, comfortably, let's put it that way. And we're
We can
working
always
on,
put an iPad
we're
up
working
here.
on the microphone. The iPad?
Yeah.
Yeah, cause I have Wi-Fi.
How about the planning and zoning, are they all attending, or are they still?
They didn't have a quorum for like 2 or 3 meetings.
Yeah, I know, that's what I heard.
And I don't know, I don't
They
know.
haven't.
What about this, you said you wanted to go see where those burnt down trailers were and all.
Yeah, whenever you're ready, just call Yvette and
All right,
schedule
I've talked to
something.
her already.
Yeah.
Talked to her.
That's not a problem.
Yeah,
But, no, that's gonna be the 20th, I
that's
guess.
important, today's the
21st.
21st.
The
The only one I
21st.
couldn't find was 605 Gray, unless it's
I
the
think we do
blue-
need to do that.
Unless it's the blue buildings, is that what it is?
No,
What is
no,
that?
because
I'm
I had asked
driving
her
and
also,
looking,
actually Gray is a tough street.
yeah, it is.
Because
it
you
is.
have to go
It is.
to the dead end,
And go,
Uh-huh,
back here on the dead end, and then Gray Street itself is a dead end.
yeah,
So as you go in, I went in, I said like, where am I gonna turn around? And actually when I just backed out. But I will probably want to go there with her,
Yeah.
because Gray was the only one that I really didn't get a
that's the
good
one
look
that,
at.
yeah,
And the other one, the one on teaching, I was looking for it, and it wasn't until we had the hearing that I realized they've already torn it down. That's why I couldn't find it. I'm driving up and down, I'm saying, where is it? That's because all that's left is the frame of
Right.
the trailer.
The
It's
young
all
man that
gone.
was here.
Yeah,
yeah.
and it was, no wonder I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
I was like,
but the
where
gray
is
one,
it?
When
I'm
you go,
driving
let me
and
know.
trying
I
to
will,
find
I will,
it,
yeah, I will.
so.
I think
Yeah,
it's
I wanna
important.
go again.
I think I'll kinda be updated on what
Yeah,
it
it's
does.
good.
You gonna go
That
with
one I
her?
do.
Yeah, I wanna go too.
And she's gonna have pictures, then we'll have something
It's
for
really
you.
good to see
If
it.
not if we're not able to do it that way, but at least you'll have some.
Well, even the trailer that burned down over, one of the first ones, the Lopez, some of that is still there, it's still.
Yeah,
So
we're,
some clothes.
It
we're
has
gonna
not-
have to,
Yeah.
that's gonna be what, now how are we gonna pay for that though?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to go with that, those are done, that's a done deal.
Yeah.
And I'm, actually, I need to call my Allen because Bruce asked me, and I told him I was waiting to see what, they've already, Marshall Tammy's place, completely fixed, clean and gone.
Where's that?
Um,
Oh, really?
She got a place out of Albuquerque. They were the most reasonable. But it's time for us to start. And I'm trying to wait a month or two so that I probably have to be in next year's budget. But I have to see if I have those and maybe these get quotes. Do as we can when we can. If it's just the yard, we can do it. I hesitate to do buildings because you don't know.
You don't
Yeah,
know.
because of asbestos.
It's true.
You don't know. If it's just the
It's so
properties,
hard.
you know, we are all right with that. But we are ready for those. And, I mean, if they make an effort, there's not anybody we haven't worked with. So.
Yeah, well, as long as they're trying, you know,
Yeah, as long as
and
they're
some
trying.
progress, so where they just keep throwing more
Yeah,
stuff out,
exactly.
that's not good.
So,
I'm glad to see we've started and I don't want us to stop. You know, now then that we've got started on things, like so many times we'll say, well, we'll let it go, we won't do this or that, but I think now that we've got started, we need to continue.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
A lot.
Well, you know what she says, that she's been going to a residence since 2008. That's a long time.
yeah,
Yeah.
Working on it.
giving them citations or tagging them, and it is a circle, it is. So, and that's why we started pushing for this, because so what? You can complain all you want, and it's a circle, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Some of those old burnt trailers have been here for years and years, you
Yep.
know, Grants have got the same
Yeah.
Yeah,
problems.
and they've started too, and it's tough.
They just stopped. That's what Louis was telling me.
They, s-
Louis said that they were gonna stop because it was getting to be quite hectic. People were getting so uptight and they wanted to simmer down, be quiet for a while, and then maybe get started again.
yeah,
See,
and
that's
the
something.
cost, it's very
It's
pricey.
very expensive.
And I know they didn't, they said they had been taking $1 a month with the water bill, but I'm sure, I would pretty much guess that they ran out of money, because it
I
is
think so.
not.
Is that it?
Yep,
Okay.
announcement, planning and zoning board meeting on Thursday, January the 8th, 2015 at 5:30 p.m. Regular board of trustees meeting on Thursday, January the 15th, 2015 at 5:30.
And then we have the condemnation hearing on the 21st
What time?
at 5:30.
21st.
That should be a fun one.
Okay.
Okay, motion to adjourn,
I move that we adjourn.
motion by Mrs. Diane,
Second motion.
meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Tell her to give us a call when she gets ready, she can go.
I will, I think anytime.
If she wants to
I
go
can
too.
go just about any morning.
Any morning.
Mornings are good for
I'll
me.
have her call and schedule a day and then just ask you if that's good for all of you.
Any morning would be
And
good.
she can take the
Yeah.
car, the van,
Yeah,
whatever,
any morning. That'd be good.
and that way you'll be able to see what she's
Yeah.
looking at. Now, I've taken Teresa and we drive around
It's
and
good
try to
go with
find
her
them, and
because
then I
she's
told
got
her,
a
I'm like
pinpoint.
him, well,
This is
where do
what-
you go from here? And she says, no, go this way, go that way. But we
Well.
found them, it took some.
We did the same thing when we were up there, we had a hard time finding that place, we have to move.